What's up? So today we're going to be talking about something else that I really find very interesting, something that I like a lot, and something that we use a lot nowadays, and that's storytelling. So with storytelling, you got a lot of avenues you can go with and a lot of things you can relate it to. So I'm going to break it down to a few things and kind of, hit it home with the last point. Storytelling is a pretty awesome thing and it's used for a lot of things nowadays, right? Here are some of them. You got storytelling for entertainment, movies, video games, stuff like that. There's storytelling for culture. We use it to pass stories down from generation to generation. There's storytelling for historical things because, that's literally how we write history. And lastly, we use storytelling to deliver new experiences to each other. I'll get back to that in a second. So when it comes to entertainment, there's a lot of different things you could be talking about, but I'm going to focus on video games specifically. So the biggest things I can think of for storytelling is God of War, Alan Wake, Detroit Become Human. And the last one I think about is something like Last of Us. So with these games, the reason we enjoy them so much is because we're literally sitting through a story. We're on a roller coaster that the person is taking us through or the team is taking us through. The writers of the stories want to put us through these experiences and show us something. We come out the other side with, something added on to us. And I think that adding on thing is really the thing I'm trying to focus on here, so give me a second. So when it comes to games like God of War and Alan Wake, they're not necessarily letting you make the decisions, but what the interesting part is that they're telling you a narrative in a very interactive way. By the end of it, the story is fulfilled, you're fulfilled, and they've given you new experiences in a very either emotional or investing way. I think the most interesting form of video game that really gets me with the storytelling is kind of a fad now, and it's been a thing for a while, and that's decision-making games. They're making a comeback, like really hard. I mentioned Detroit Become Human earlier, but you could also mention games like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Dark Pictures games, like Man of Medan, and I forgot what the other one was called, but I'll probably put it like here somewhere, I don't know. But these games are super interesting and maintain our attention because we can play them over and over and make different decisions. We can make our own story. But they keep it investable. Hold on, is investable a word? I don't think that's a word, but just go with it. It's a word now. And even with the branching paths for these games, they maintain this awesome storytelling arc and they deliver it to you. And they can do it over and over because there's many choices you can make, which is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. I found this really interesting storytelling study by a few students that I kind of want to share with you guys. It's a research study called Make It New Isn't for Everyone. Let's see what they're talking about here. It's part of the Harvard Gazette, so this is a Harvard paper. Oh, fancy. This paper is done by a few interesting people. One of them is Gus Cooney, Daniel Gilbert, and then the last one is Timothy D. Wilson. They found something really interesting that I think you guys would probably appreciate, so if you have the time, definitely read through this and find their paper and stuff, but I'm just going to kind of give you the Spark Notes bit of it. They wrote a paper that basically explains that humans like relatable things. So we go out and seek it, we look for new experiences, stuff like that. So obviously the stories that we can relate to are the more interesting ones, but this is what gets me. I like this. We're willing to invest time in new stories in order to acquire new experiences. So that's why things like D&D, which I've mentioned before and I have a video on, D&D provides this space where you can grab all these new experiences even though you're not really experiencing it. And thus you can take these new experiences and you can apply them to other stories, which you will find more entertaining now that you have these experiences. Pretty cool, honestly. We basically use storytelling in the same way that we use our experiences in real life, and that is to learn new things and to apply them differently. It's very interesting that storytelling can be that integrated into the human psyche, and I really like that. It's very cool. I also found a really cool video by some staff at Pixar that is kind of an introduction to storytelling, and I think you guys should definitely check it out for yourself.
One of the things you hear all the time, this advice, is write what you know. Now, as a kid, I was like, I don't want to write about suburban Minnesota. That's boring. I want to write about explosions and monsters and car chases. Well, what that actually means is, yeah, go ahead and write about monsters and explosions and car chases, but put something into it that talks about your own life, how you feel.
So as you can see, they're basically talking about using your experiences in your storytelling, which we've been talking about this whole time. If you're interested in the full video, definitely go check that out because that is quite the watch. I enjoyed it, definitely. So anyway, that's kind of the gist of it. I think storytelling is like super duper important to us and the human psyche and us taking new experiences and learning from them, as well as entertaining ourselves by finding things very relatable. So yeah, storytelling is kind of something we can't live without. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one. Definitely let me know if there's anything that you guys find interesting story-wise that you would like to share down in the comments below. And yeah, as always, I'll see you on stream. Much love. Take care. Peace out.